There are plenty of ways to solve the exact same problem within our code. So in the last video, I showed you how you can print all the numbers from 1 to 50. But there's a bunch of different ways you can rearrange your code in order to do the exact same thing. So for example, if I had I is less than or equal to 50, this is what we had before, I could change this to be I is less than 51, and it'll give me the exact same result. Because when we get to 50 here, 50 is less than 51. We'll print out 50, we'll increment to 51. When we get to 51, 51 is not less than 51, so we will not print 51 and we're done there. So in a sense, we will be printing out 1 to 50 just like before. Alternatively, what you can do is also you can have less than or equal to 49. You can start at 0 and you can instead print I plus 1. So this one's a little more confusing, but this will do the exact same thing as well. So if you start at I is 0, 0 is less than or equal to 49. Instead of printing out 0, because remember we want from 1 to 50, not from 0 on up. So instead of printing out 0 here, we would print 0 plus 1. So that would actually print out the number 1. And then we'll increment I to 1. So keep in mind that this I plus 1 is not actually changing the variable I, it's just printing out what I would be if we added 1 to it. So this is just doing some math here and printing it out, but not actually doing anything or changing anything with our I. So I will still increment normally to 1 here after it was 0, and then it'll keep going all the way till we get to 49. 49, this will be true here when it's 49, so then we'll print out 49 plus 1, which will actually print out the number 50. So this is the last case that we want, right? Then we're going to add 1 to 49, so now it's going to become 50. 50 is not less than or equal to 49, so we won't run it again. So we won't print out 50 plus 1, which would be 51 here. So the last one that worked was when I was 49, and in that last case, we printed out 50 instead. One more important note to make, other than the fact that there's multiple solutions for solving the same issue, is that there are ways to make an infinite loop that aren't as obvious as the while true that we saw a few videos ago. So while true will obviously make an infinite loop, but there's other ways that you can accidentally make an infinite loop. And here, for example, we can make an infinite loop by forgetting to increment I. So if we didn't have this code here, what we would see is that I would be 0. 0 is less than or equal to 49. So we're going to print out I. Let's remove this I plus 1, or we could keep it, doesn't matter. But if we print out 0 here, what's going to happen is we're not going to increment I. We're going to print out 0, and then we're going to look here again, and we're going to say, is 0 less than or equal to 49? Yes, print 0. Then we're going to do it again. Is 0 less than or equal to 49? And this is going to continue going on and on and on, because 0 will always be less than or equal to 49. So in a sense, we've made an infinite loop again here. So now we're printing out 0 over and over and over again forever, and we have an infinite loop. We're not even printing incrementing numbers, but aside from that, we also have an infinite loop that's printing and printing and printing and never stopping.